excited to talk to you about today how iHeart Automotive really is a different company than we have been in the past, right? And I say, I'm on the corporate side, and one of the main things that we do is we bring in additional assets, bring in additional resources, bring in additional products that fit kind of the core story of iHeart. In that we want to be able to reach consumers and reach people everywhere where they're consuming our media, right? And we want to reach people all the way through the buying process when they're buying a car, all the way from before they know they want to buy a car, to down to when they become auto intenders, down to when they're ready to fill out a lead form, and then we even want to reach people when they're in the dealership servicing their vehicle, and they're not really in the market, but we want to kind of bring sales from that too. So we wanted to develop a core set of products that do that for us, reach people all the way through that buying process. And we also have become a company, because I know it's so important to you in automotive now and in the automotive business to have efficiency for the money that you spend. And you have to make your dollar go even further, because I know average grosses are down due to a lot of competition. The market is flat or down in a lot of cases. So we have to make your dollars go further. And how do you guys do that now? Right? It's analytics, digital, targeting, that kind of thing. So you have attribution, one-to-one relationships. We also want to be a company now that is leading with data, so that when we are targeting our people that we're targeting, and we're using that targeting for our tools, we're using the best, absolute best data possible. Okay, so I want to take you through the kind of core story that we have, and also our core product suite today. And by the end of the meeting, I think we're gonna go through some main parts of the products that are new or have changed, and I put stars by those. In this case, we were gonna look at streaming audio, Conquest email, Shopper Suite, and owner buyback. The rest of it, I'm gonna kind of mention how it all fits together and tell you where all the pieces fit. And if you have interest in those other ones, then we can come back and go back through those in another meeting. But this would be like hours of meeting, so I just want to cover some of them and give you a top line. Is that fair? And I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Sounds awesome. Cool. So first of all, we wanted to be a company that leads with data and has better targeting than anyone else out there. Are you familiar with Urban Science? And they go, oh yeah, totally. Oh, sorry, Dan. Dan, are you familiar with Urban Science?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then you know that they are the top sales measurement company in the industry for OEMs. They report daily the sales from all the dealerships out there through RDR reporting. So you probably get, since you're a Chevy store, a Market Master report. You get a lot of reporting already on from Urban Science, right? And it's like a big data dump. Like it tells you your pump in, pump out, that kind of thing. Tells you sales for models and a lot of numbers, but a lot of times I hear that it's not always the most usable format. So we work with Urban Science. We get this data through their analytics arm called Fireflight. And we've developed this partnership over a couple of years so that we can use this daily updated real-time sales data in order to target all of our campaigns. I'm going to get into some more of that, but I wanted to kind of tell you where the relationship started. Quickly and tell them where I pulled zip codes from, and I tell them here's where you get your models of opportunity. So anyway, that's that. So you know that. So then real quickly, here's how it goes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So it's important to know. We have this quality data. We know that you think that if we have this data and we're targeting this way, that will help you win, right? Yes, definitely. So what we do is every single time we put a program together for you, we develop that, and then we take it, we plug it into our core strategy here in our core products. It's important to us to develop this list. It was important to us to develop this list so that, again, we reach people before they're auto intenders, all the way through to when they become auto intenders, and all the way down the chain to when they buy a car. And that's kind of how this goes, right? So we know broadcast radio and influencers, that's the number one thing that we do. We know that radio reaches 92, 93% of the population every week. We know that it drives more traffic to websites than any other medium. And we know that endorsers and influencers are some of the most powerful advertising that you can do. It's like a referral from a friend. What's better in the car business than a referral, right? If a friend tells you you're gonna get a good deal, you think you're gonna get a good deal, right? So that's the top thing that we do. It's big reach. It's that expand your area of influence strategy. It's at the top, so that's number one. Number two, our streaming audio product is where we start to break down and we can start plugging in these zip code lists and this data that we pulled from right here. And again, products are only as valuable really as who you're targeting them to and what the data tells you, right? So the fact that we have the best data out there, we think makes these even more valuable. So streaming audio, we can look at auto intender data sets, we can look at plugging this into that. OTT, you're familiar with that? And I was like, oh, a little bit. So that's when we introduced video, and we are one of the largest buyers of OTT impressions in the country due to our scale. So we have a lot of impressions and the ability to target, either to a 10-mile radius, for example, or plug in the zip code list that we looked at. So our OTT is going to be more valuable than any other out there because we're targeting the right people. And we also integrate auto intender pre-roll, so you get the auto intender set. Targeted display you can get anywhere, but again, better targeting, what's the value on it, right? More valuable targeted display because we're targeting the right people in real time, and you can react before your competitors. Social display and boosted content is one of the most underutilized things that we do, okay? And I say that because car dealers have a tough time developing content. We have professional content creators that are our on-air influencers. Their whole job is to create content and connect with listeners and be their friend, right? So the fact that we can do social boosted content that they help create for your store and then send it out to targeted data sets right here, this targeted group of people, I think it's one of the most powerful things that we do. Do you guys do much social? We do a little bit. How do you get your content? Oh, we use whatever, we use a company, we get it from different places. Wouldn't it be great if you had somebody that was their job to connect with people to help you with that? So that's that piece. We can talk more about that if you're interested in that part. Our IAC Conquest email, if you're familiar with Conquest email, we target it to this data set, so again, it becomes even more valuable. You scrub your list, we send a ton of new people to your site. Most important thing, 30 seconds, is that since we scrub the list, we're sending brand new traffic to you, and we have sent a lot of traffic to you from a lot of things we do. Number one, radio, like we talked about, sends more traffic to your site than anything else out there, any other medium out there. And all of these and everything else that you're doing you don't buy from us, you send to your website. We have a tool to help you convert that traffic called Shopper Suite, and we'll get into more of that one, but that is very important because everything you spend money on, we can convert it right there. We have an owner buyback tool to where people that are in your service drive, we target them and ask if we can have them in to appraise their vehicle, so we can pull sales forward, people that aren't even in the market. Do you guys do direct mail? I won't go into this because it's really short. If you do you do text with it? No, like yes, no. Awesome. This is really great direct mail, competitively priced, and it has text technology. Okay, so you get a one-to-one interaction with people through a short code, and it's about 0.8% of the people text in. So on a 5,000 person drop, you're going to have 40 one-on-one interactions, plus all the normal people that come in on direct mail. So if you're doing regular direct mail, we don't even make a ton on it, but we can hook you up into this better direct mail if it's better than what you're doing. And then local lock, I don't really talk about a whole lot. And then we can get you access to everything we do right there. That was 4 minutes, I think.